So, we'll start with Mangalacharan, his auspicious prayers to Parampara, Guru, and we are starting today's fourth chapter. Okay. So, screen, there's prayers on the screen, you can recite with me. Okay, I will repeat one line, you can repeat behind me. Om Ajnanathmirandhasya ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिते नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So today's session we are dedicating to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and the Srila Prabhupada. He is the one who taught us the real understanding of knowledge, what knowledge is. And he gave that absolute knowledge which can transform people's lives and save us from this ocean of birth and death. Not just means why it is called as ocean of birth and death? Because there were lakhs and crores of births and deaths in this Bhavasagar. You know, in the ocean, how many drop of waters are there? Can somebody count? Unlimited. That many birth and death we have gone through, and we will be going through in the future also, until unless we are saved by that great personality. And that Srila Prabhupada has brought us that knowledge, and because of that, there's a chance for us that we will get out of this Bhavasagar. Okay, so we'll go towards a little summary of previous chapter. Till now what we heard, this is, we have covered 3 chapters till now from Bhagavad Gita. First chapter, Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna, there was a summary of first chapter, anybody understands? First chapter name was Observing the Armies. Okay, observing the battlefield army in the battlefield. Okay. Who is observing? Arjuna is observing. Only Arjuna is observing? No. Yeah. Sanjay is observing. Okay. And anybody else is observing? Duryodhana is observing. And anybody else? Arjun is done already. There are three people who are observing this army. And we are seeing the same scene from the eyes of three people. Arjun, Dhritarashtra, and no, not Sanjay. Duryodhana. So both Arjun and Duryodhana both are in the same situation. दोनों के जीवन में परिस्थिति एक ही है, लेकिन but both of them are reacting in a different way. दोनों का reaction अलग है. So that gives the difference between the characters of these two people. So then Duryodhan, how is reacting? He is reacting little bit, aggressively. He is a lusty. He is the one who is desirous, lobhi for the kingdom. And Arjun, in the other place, he doesn't want to fight at all. He doesn't want to cause this bloodshed just for the sake of his own purpose. He's thinking that this whole war is happening just to make him the king, and that's why he doesn't want to have this bloodshed. And Arjuna is giving up because of that compassion. Is not just simply the feeling that he has. This feeling is overpowering him, and he's giving up his Gandiva. He's giving up his bow and arrow, and he doesn't want to fight at all. He sit down there and he's ready to be killed by Kauravas without having any arms, without having any weapon in the hands. And that is the situation of Arjun. In the second chapter, where we see Arjun surrenders to Krishna. As a disciple surrenders to a guru. And then the real nectar of Bhagavad Gita starts. Krishna starts talking Bhagavad Gita to Arjun. The first lesson we learned there, how to take shelter of a guru. And the guru is the one who is chastising, and he is giving the knowledge. And Arjun, Krishna starts with the basics. What are the basics? Basics of spirituality. We are not the body, we are the soul. And then we got to understood that when we understand we are not body, we are the soul, then it comes to the corollary of having two dharmas. We have two realities, right? Our one reality is the body, and another reality is to be a soul. And based on that, our reaction to the situation changes, isn't it? So we react to a situation at the bodily level, we react to a situation at the soul level. So that we saw. And we understood how to control the senses and all. Then we come to the third chapter. Krishna says we have to understand things with the proper knowledge. And that knowledge, of course, Krishna starts speaking about what is that knowledge. And knowledge of renunciation, tyaga, action with a detachment. That is the third chapter. Action with a detachment. So we have to do, but we have to do with the proper renunciation. We understood the two renunciations there, true renunciation and false renunciation. False renunciation means the one who is outwardly, outsidely there, they're showing that they are detached, but within the heart they have so much hankering and desire for a particular thing. So it is a false renunciation. The true renunciation, what is the motivation? The motive for the renunciation is the purpose of how we renounce the things. We just give up the things, action, we give up the activity. Can anybody become activity-less? Definitely not. Nobody can become activity-less. Nishkarma या फिर निष्क्रिय कोई नहीं हो सकता. Everybody in this world, till the time he is having the pran in the body, he will be acting. So nobody can become activity-less. And somebody says, no, I should run away from this. एक घर बार से छोड़ दो, दूर चले जाओ. कोई मतलब ना रहेगा, बास ना बजेगी बांसुरी, है ना? We think like that sometimes, है ना? ये क्या family के चक्कर में फंसे हुए हम लोग. Let's go to the ashram and sit there nicely, peacefully. We have a Bhagavadhari and just no responsibility at all. But is that, does it work like that? No, it doesn't work. Even though you are renunciant, you have to do some activities, some karma. कोई कर्मा तो उनके रहते ही हैं, some responsibilities. Responsibility never leave you, even though you leave them. So true renunciation happens when you don't give up the work, but you give up the fruit of the work. That is true renunciation. So we understood that, and then we understood how we can attain that position by having a regulated activities. Regulated activities means what? Instead of doing things whatever we like in our life, we do things with the proper knowledge. With the proper knowledge of shastras. What is the shastri? What is with the rules and regulation? We do things. We understood the yoga ladder, karma, sinful activities, the karmic activities. Then we understood the sinless, but the ritualistic activities, and then we understood finally the level of karma yoga. And then we understood what this is very complex things. We understood how to achieve that position, how to understand what is karma yoga. We can have through a proper example. And which example you have to get? You have to get the example of the acharyas. We have to take the proper example, and we have to become a proper example. And finally we understood, while following this example, even though we have an example in front of us, even though we know what is right, what is wrong, what is that which makes us to do something wrong? But why? What makes us to do something wrong? We understood our eternal enemy, which is lust, which makes us to do something which we don't even desire. And a simple example, we go to the shopping mall and to purchase a small needle, but while coming out, we come out with a cart full of things and wallet empty. Unnecessary expenses. So why it is happening? Because of the lust. And how this lust gets generated, we understood from the hierarchy. Okay, second chapter hierarchy was there. Senses are we keep on contemplating on the sense objects, and the sense objects will simple example, we go to the shopping mall, and one thing you understand कि particular product वहाँ पे रखा रहता है, and you don't know about that product. Will you take that product? No. But when in the home you have seen that advertisement about that product again and again and again thousands of times, and when you see that product in front of you in the shopping mall, immediately tendency will come, let me pick it up. As soon as we pick that product, what will happen? We have the tendency to put it into the cart. So it happens like Dhyato Vishayan Punsa. This is a concept from the second chapter. Dhyato Vishayan Punsa. Dhyato Vishayan Punsa Sangasesu Pajayate. Krishna says this principle. This is a very smart principle they are using into today's marketing world. But we don't know that this principle is coming from Bhagavad Gita to increase their sales. The Dhyato Vishayan Punsa Sangastesu Pajayate. When you think about one particular thing again and again, you increase the desire to acquire that. Sangastesu Pajayate. Sangat Sanjayate Kama. When this desire grows and grows and grows, it becomes the Kama. Kamat, Sanjat Sanjayate Kama. And Kamat Krodho Vijayate. When this desire is not satisfied, you have seen, small children, when you go to the shopping mall and you don't give their favorite candy, they will take whole shopping mall on their head. So this is Kamat Krodho Vijayate. When Kam is not satisfied, when the desire to acquire something is not satisfied, it generates the Krodh. And then the Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha. When it becomes angry, just see the example of the kid. When he becomes angry, how much you make him understand? Beta, baad mein de denge, kal de denge, parso de denge, and I will come again. He will not understand. Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha. Sammohat Smriti Vibhrama. He will forget. He will start beating here and there. Even he will beat his father also. He will not understand he is my father. So Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha. Sammohat Smriti Vibhrama. We forget everything. And then Smritivanshat Buddhinasho and Buddhinashat Pranashyati. This is the example of Duryodhana. Right example. So this is the cascading effect, and how this effect starts right from the attachment and right from the contemplating on the sense objects. Hmm? So that's what we understood in chapter 2, and then how lust comes up, and how this lust overcomes us, overpowers us. And lust, where this lust attacks, it attacks at the three places, three sensitive positions. And a position, what is correct? Three weak points of ours, or maybe three strategic points. What are strategic points? Senses, mind, and intelligence. Three places this lust attacks. First it will attack at the sense level. Pakoda khaya jaye. We understood that example. And then it comes to the level of when senses are conquered, it will conquer the mind, and when mind is conquered, it will try to conquer intelligence. And if intelligence is conquered, then the result is Osama bin Laden. Intelligent person, but still using that intelligence for the something destructive. So, like that, it is third chapter. Krishna may explain all these things, and then finally Krishna concluded with the statement that yes, do the activity in the proper knowledge. Third chapter was the Karma Yoga, and fourth chapter comes to the Jnana Yoga. The summary, what is called the acronym for the fourth chapter is EARS. Ears. Ears means our kan. E stands for eternal knowledge, A for accurate understanding, R for reactionless akarma, and S for surrender. Okay, let's go ahead. What's that E stands for? Okay, before we start, a small question for all of you. What is the source of your information about religion? A is Google. Something we don't understand, just simply Google it. Or TV serials, आध्यात्मिक serial colors की जो आती ना, राधा कृष्णा, or something Mahabharat, Ramayan, or maybe the books, books आते हैं आजकल के कौन सी books आते हैं वो आमिश के वगैरह something, or maybe Amish Tripathi or Devdatta Patnaik, all these people, those books, these are the basis of knowledge for our spirituality. What about newspaper, Rashi Bhavishya? Spirituality के नाम पे बस राशि भविष्य काफी है हमारे लिए, राशि भविष्य, all these things, zodiac things. Or maybe friends, अरे इस बार तिरुपति जाएंगे क्या? और शबरीमाला, where we will toss. Neither Tirupati neither Shabarimala will go to Goa only. But yes, if not Goa, then Tirupati or Shabarimala. We discuss among the friends what is the best thing. Friends are the source of our knowledge about spirituality, and whatever among the friends it is happening, we'll do, accept it. Or maybe the elders in the society, family. Okay, who is accepting which one? All? Which one you will choose? Elders in the family? Okay, Google. Anybody is Google? Voting for Google? Yeah, Guruji going for Google. Okay, TV serials? Spirituality and knowledge, TV serials? Okay, books? Yes. बुक में भी आगे आता है कि विच बुक्स है ना. न्यूज़पेपर डेफिनेटली समथिंग. ओके, so many people are going for the elders in the family and all. Now we understand what can be. This is a general poll we are taking. This is a general tendency, of course, which is, I'm not telling which is perfect one and all, but yes, what is the tendency we are taking? What is the real source of knowledge should be, and what source which is most reliable, and what is the exact what is the qualification to gain that knowledge? Who can acquire that knowledge? Spiritual knowledge. Okay. The qualification to acquire knowledge. First thing is we have to understand who can acquire, from whom we can acquire, and what is that knowledge. Who can acquire? The first thing we understood previous chapters, previous sessions also. The quality to understand knowledge, required knowledge, we should have the humility. First thing, we should be a devotee. Hmm? To understand Bhagavad Gita, many people ask प्रभु जी भगवद गीता इतना पढ़ते समझ में नहीं आता है ना. हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड भगवद गीता. भगवद गीता की श्लोका तो सबके पास है, श्लोका भगवद गीता की ट्रांसलेशन भी सबके पास है, बट हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. भगवद गीता itself explains how to understand Bhagavad Gita. This is the key. Bhaktausi me sakha chesi rahasyam yetad uttamam. Krishna says to Arjuna, Arjuna, I am giving this knowledge to you just because you are my friend and you are my devotee. You should have the confidence. First of all, you should have the confidence on the Guru who is teaching the knowledge, who is giving this knowledge. When this confidence comes, when you have the confidence, whatever the Guru tells, you will accept it. And yes, you have to be the friend to the Guru. Friend means we open our heart to the Guru, right? We open our heart to the friend, and there is no hiding thing from anything. That's why our relationship with Guru should be frank. We should be openly telling the Guru, yes, sir, Guru, I didn't understand this. Tell me what is that. And you have to accept it. You know? So there is no hiding thing. Actually, in the world, it is mentioned that the medicine, and the justice, and the knowledge, they will not work without faith. If you don't have a faith and best of the best medicines, it will not work. I mean, we will not take at all. Doctor prescription लिख के देगा, but you will not take it at all. है ना? And the judgment or maybe justice will not come if you don't have trust on that. है ना? You may have all these things. There will be best of the best judge, but if you are hiding, or you may have the best of the best advocate fighting from your side, if you are hiding it, advocate पहले बोल देता है जो भी है छुपा है सब बता दो. I am your best friend. है ना? And the Guru's instruction will work only when you are clear to him. You are open to him. And if you are hiding from the Guru, yes, gone. And he will not be able to help you, even though he is the expert person into that. So, being a friend is the best qualification to get that knowledge and relevant inquiry. We have to ask the proper answer questions. Relevant inquiry, not kind of challenging inquiry. अरे देखते हैं. Initially, we used to do like that. We come to ISKCON programs when I was very new in college days. है ना, scientific दिमाग रहता है थोड़ा सा, engineering के लड़के हैं ना, तो they go to the programs just to challenge. अरे देखते हैं इस आदमी कितना मतलब knowledge है, देखते हैं. मतलब we also got some knowledge here Google में पढ़ के. We challenged, and till the time we are challenging mood, no knowledge did not come. When we surrender, when the challenging attitude चला जाता है, and we accept that this person is a person who is going to give me real knowledge, then transformation will start. Till the time we are in a challenging mood, transformation will not happen. You know? And at the end, following the instructions. This is the right attitude of a disciple, right attitude of a devotee. And then, from whom? From whom we should gain this knowledge? It is mentioned, of course, before we going to that particular thing. One question to all of you. If you have to get the degree of doctorate, where you will go? Huh? Medical college? Or would you like to go to the Google? College में जाएंगे? Okay. Mataji, I have done all research in the medicine and Google में देख के books मैंने सारी पढ़ी हुई हैं. I have read all the books. And you have to do a surgery. Would you like to come to me? Arey, my father is doctor. I am coming in the parampara and what is that vansha of the doctors. Like to come to me for surgery? Anybody would like to come to me for surgery? अरे छोटे सा सर्जरी है भाई. हाँ नहीं, बैंडेज लगाने के लिए आओगे मेरे पास. You will never even touch my shadow. कोई नहीं जाएंगे इसके पास, कुछ भी हो जाएगा.
Earlier days, those are going to the non-professional people also.
Yeah, true. That, yeah. Parampara doesn't come.
Father is doing doctor, and again the son will do
Yeah.
the same thing.
True.
Then earlier days, those people are going to the
And they understood the
But those
drawbacks
days
of that also, right?
there is no degrees and all.
Yeah.
But people are following for the.
When you say earlier days, you mean to say only 100 years back, right? But actual how the system used to work, I will tell you later on.
Yes.
It will come into this particular chapter. Today's session we will explain about this. How actual earlier system used to work. It was not what you are explaining right now. है ना? Father ने बेटे को बताया, बेटे ने बेटे को बताया. That was not actually thing. Actual thing was something else. So we'll learn that also. So when you want to get the knowledge of actual thing, which college you will take the admission? Okay, direct question. Which college you will take admission? Which will have accreditation or which doesn't have accreditation? Or you will go to the Google directly? No, you will go to the college which have accreditation. Correct? When you take the admission, you will verify, हाँ इसका accreditation कितना है. You will check what all things you will check. Placement कितना है, teachers का ये कितना है, qualification कितना है ना? Assignments करके लेते हैं कि नहीं लेते हैं, exams ठीक से होते हैं कि नहीं होते, results आते हैं कि नहीं properly. All these things you will verify, right? And then you will go for taking the admission to that particular college. But what happens, you know, when it comes to our spirituality and our spiritual knowledge and all these things, we forget this all the norms and we just take the guidance from anybody, Tom, Dick and Harry on the street. Even rickshaw wala comes and starts telling, अरे स्वामी जी आपको क्या पता है, मैं बताता हूँ भगवान क्या होते हैं. रिक्शा वाला also start telling the knowledge, मतलब ज्ञान देने लगता है. So are we ready to, we should be taking instructions from them? And what is the qualification for somebody from whom we can take the spiritual knowledge? Spiritual knowledge, shall we take it from the TV serials? Shall we take it from the somebody who is a author? You know, Bhagavad Gita की commentary, you know, Dan Brown का नाम सुना है? Dan Brown, द विंसी कोड है ना, जिसने लिखा हुआ है, उसने भी भगवद गीता के ऊपर कमेंट्री लिखी हुई है. विल यू रेफर दैट भगवद गीता फॉर द स्पिरिचुअल नॉलेज? No. We have to understand the credibility of that person who is writing the commentary on Bhagavad Gita. है ना? So for that purpose, we are having the source of Bhagavad Gita, source of knowledge of spirituality, which are coming into the four parampara, which are four authentic schools, or maybe authentic flow of knowledge, we can say. It says, Sampradaya vihinaye mantrastu if nishphalamata अतः कृष्ण भविष्यन्ति अतः कालो भविष्यन्ति चत्वारा संप्रदायिना. So there will be four sampradayas, it is mentioned in the future, है ना. संप्रदाय विहीनाय मंत्रास्तु विफलमता. The knowledge which is coming, it should come from the proper parampara, and these paramparas are the flow of knowledge, or maybe the what is called as the schools of knowledge, schools of teachings. And what are these paramparas? First parampara comes from the Brahma. Of course, it's not starting from the Brahma, actually, it starts from Krishna. All four paramparas, they are starting from the Krishna, because the original source of knowledge is who? Krishna. And Krishna gives this knowledge to Brahmaji. And Brahmaji gives this knowledge to his disciple, Narada. Narada gives this knowledge to Prahlada. You can see this photo there. Prahlada. Hurry, Prahlada. Who says Prahlada? Prahlada also is there, but in the parampara, yeah. Naradji gives this knowledge to Vyasdev. Vyasdev gives this knowledge to Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya gives this knowledge to his disciple, and in this way this parampara comes in the form of Srila Prabhupada here. Srila Prabhupada is the most authentic of the authentic representative of this parampara. See, this is one parampara. This like that. See, there is similar parampara coming from the Lakshmi ji also. That is called as Sri Sampradaya. This is the authentic one. This is another sampradaya which comes through Chatush Kumaras. There is another authentic sampradaya which is come from the Shivji also, which gives the proper knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, proper knowledge of Vaishnavism, Rudra Sampradaya. These are the four authentic schools, four authentic line of knowledge that we are getting. And any knowledge, anybody giving the spiritual knowledge, we have to understand whether he is coming from this particular parampara system or not. अगर कोई टीचर आके सिखाने लगता है, विल फाइंड आउट कि ये कौन से स्कूल से ग्रेजुएट है तुम, क्या गूगल स्कूल से है क्या व्हाट्सएप स्कूल से है ना. वी डोंट एक्सेप्ट देयर इंस्ट्रक्शंस, वी डोंट एक्सेप्ट देयर ट्रीटमेंट, और वी डोंट एक्सेप्ट देयर मेडिसिन्स, है ना. वी हैव टू टेक इट फ्रॉम द पर्टिकुलर ग्रेजुएट फ्रॉम द पर्टिकुलर ऑथेंटिक स्कूल ऑल्सो ओनली. सो एनीबडी गिव्स द नॉलेज अबाउट भगवद गीता, यू कैन आस्क मी ऑल्सो, प्रभु जी आपका नॉलेज कहाँ से आ रहा है, व्हाट इज द सोर्स ऑफ योर नॉलेज. So okay, I can tell, okay, I am from this Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Parampara, from Prabhupada, and the Guru Parampara continues. Like that. So my source of knowledge is this parampara. So which is, of course, in Bhagavad Gita also it is mentioned. So we have to understand, we have to take this knowledge from the particular, from the right source, and that right source we have seen. Why this parampara? Then the question comes, why this parampara required? है ना? And how this parampara is cultivated. Parampara means in the parampara things, it is made sure that this knowledge is preserved properly. When you go to school or college, teachers are there to teach you. Teachers are there to take your examination whether you understood the knowledge properly or not. है ना? And then you are graduated from that and you are certified, okay, he is certified graduate from this, and then you are ready to we are eligible to teach that knowledge, then only you are qualified. है ना? So Guru Shishya Parampara follows like that. If you are properly authentic person for this, and Guru Shishya Parampara verifies whether you are properly taking it or not. The preservation of knowledge in the parampara, like this message is not lost. Guru Shishya Parampara makes sure that there is no contamination into this. You heard about Chinese whisper? गेम है ना चाइनीज, बच्चों ने खेला होगा आजकल, है ना? So there is a big line will be there. In the front line, they will be just say something, and he has to, they have to just whisper, and he has to turn, and he has to turn, and at the end they will ask what the message was, and he'll let something else. Completely message is different, है ना? So Guru Shishya Parampara is not like this. It's a proper check and balance whether the message is passed correctly or not. So that is. That thing is ensured in this parampara. Otherwise, just okay, I tell you, you understood something else, and you tell something else. So रिक्शा वाला knowledge होता है ना, वो ऐसा ही होता है. WhatsApp knowledge ऐसा ही होता है. You tell something, you understand something, you forward it to something, and just it goes on. So Guru Shishya Parampara doesn't work. Guru Shishya Parampara keeps it proper, and Guru Shishya Parampara carries down the mood properly. So it is mentioned that Bhagavad Gita's knowledge has to be accepted in the mood of Arjuna, and that particular mood unless somebody accepts, he will not get it. Bhagavad Gita is open. Bhagavad Gita Google पे available है, but we don't understand it. Why? Because we don't go to that particular mood of Arjuna. And when we take that mood of Arjuna, everything becomes completely clear in front of us, and that's how this parampara explains to us. Okay, and then question is, what is that knowledge which is passed down, which is percolated, and which is preserved through many generations? And that knowledge is the knowledge of the self. Who am I? मैं कौन हूँ? And then who is God? भगवान कौन है? And then question answer comes, and what is my relationship with him? The knowledge should give any kind of knowledge. You can say मैं आपको ज्ञान दे रहा हूँ तो he has to address these three issues of life. What is this? Who am I? Giving the reality of me. मैं कौन हूँ? And then he should tell what is the God and what is my relationship with him. That gives the purpose to our life. In this sequence, Krishna explains what is the difference between the jiva, what is the difference between us and the God. So there is a difference. Not everybody becomes a God. Not everybody is God. Who is God? God is the one who is Achyut. He is infallible. He never falls down. But we are the one who always falls down. What is it? What is the sign of fall down? What is the explanation of Achyuta and Achyut and Achyut? Forgetfulness. Keep up his words. Krishna keeps the word. Krishna doesn't keep the word. For his devotees, he will keep the word. He will break his own words also. He will break his own promises, but he will never allow his devotees' promises to be broken. Okay, the real sign of of somebody being God is he never forgets, or he is the supreme controller of things in his life. Are we, is there anybody in this crowd who decided where to take birth? है ना, कौन से घर में जन्म लेना है आपने डिसाइड किया था क्या? माता जी आप थोड़े सामने आ जाओ, वी आर ऑन द गेट एक्चुअली ना, कम है, यू कैन कम टिल हियर, नो प्रॉब्लम, एवरीबडी कम. Anybody is there who has decided where to take birth, or did you fill the form? Okay, कौन से घर में जन्म लेना है, कौन से, which state and which country and all these things? No, nobody asked you also. Did anybody asked भैया कौन से घर में जन्म लेना है? No. Did you decided? And did सत्याग्रह? नहीं, मेरे को अंबानी के घर में जन्म लेना है सर. है ना, if somebody would ask, I would have told that only, अंबानी के घर में. है ना. So this is the sign that we are not in control of our life. We forget. We don't remember what kind of life we were living before. But we remember. But Krishna remembers. Arjuna asked the Krishna, "Arey Krishna, you are telling that you are giving this knowledge to me." And Krishna explains, "I have given this knowledge long back to Vivaswan. And that Vivaswan gave to knowledge to his children and children, his Shishya and his Shishya and Shishya." And Arjuna asked this question, how you remember that you were there? Just you have taken birth hundred years back, and you are telling thousands of years back and told. No, he says, I was there, you also was there, but I am the supreme, that's why I understand, I remember what all things happened in the past. You are the jiva, you don't remember. So we are fallible, we don't remember things. Krishna appears by his own will, we appear forcefully. We don't want to take birth again, still we cry and take birth. Appear in spiritual body. Krishna comes with the spiritual body. We have this kind of materialistic body. We have the difference in the body and soul difference that is there for us. But body and soul difference is not for Krishna. Krishna's body and Krishna's soul is not different. He is the same. Both things are same only. He is not different. And remembers his past birth. Krishna remembers all his past birth and we don't. We forget. So this is the difference between the Jiva and Krishna. And why Krishna comes. Another aspect of this knowledge is why Krishna comes to the earth. This is a very famous shloka of Bhagavad Gita. We'll recite this. Yada yada hi dharmasya ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्. Somebody can read a translation of this? You have mic somewhere? Please raise your hands. Yeah, Mataji.
Whenever there is a decline in a religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and the predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself.
Thank you, Mataji. So, whenever and wherever there is a switch off the mic. Okay, whenever and wherever there is a decline, So here Krishna takes the personal charge of establishing dharma again. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir-bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujanam. To clear off that adharma, he comes personally. He takes personal charge. Yes, I have to do this. And the reason for him to come is tadatmanam sujanam. So Krishna tells us, okay, this line of knowledge is given by me. Everything, 4 schools of knowledge we have seen, right? Four direct stream which are coming from Krishna. And it's not always that this knowledge of stream will be intact. Time comes and the Chinese whisper effect. Sometimes something will happen, sometimes genocide will happen, sometimes the parampara will be discontinued, something will happen. The knowledge will get destroyed. And in that case, what will happen? Krishna says, I will personally come again to establish this line of knowledge and again give this knowledge again and again. When Bhagavad Gita time, this knowledge which was given by Krishna went to Vivaswan, Suryadeva and all these things, which is lost. And to establish that knowledge again, he comes in the form of Krishna and gives this knowledge to Arjuna again. So whenever there is a decline in the dharma, I will come again and establish this dharma again. And when he will come? The purpose is, okay, first is when he will come and then why he will come. He says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Somebody will translation? Prabhuji side.
To deliver the pious and to attribute
Annihilate. Small. Appadi.
To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium.
What Krishna does when after appearing on this ground, on this earth, he has 3 jobs to do. He mentions after coming there, I have 3 jobs to do. What is that? First is paritranaya sadhunam. I just take pleasure among the devotees because Krishna's devotees are there around. To deliver them, to please them, to have nice time with them, Krishna appears. Paritranaya sadhunam. Secondly, okay, anybody disturbing the devotees, I will clear them up. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya dushkritam. And eliminate them. And then finally, dharma samsthapanarthaya. That is his personal duty that Krishna takes up. He will come again and again after millennium after millennium. And what will happen after getting that knowledge? After that particular knowledge that Krishna is establishing, what is the result of it? This is this. Janma karma chame divyam evam vyoveti tatvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. Mataji side, somebody can read the translation.
One who knows the transcendent nature of my appearance and activities doesn't, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in the material world, but attains my eternal ever, O Arjuna.
The effect of this knowledge will be one becomes purified. Janma karma chevedam evam yovite tatvada. When somebody understands this knowledge about me, how I take birth, he understands. This is my birth and my activities are divya. ये सारे transcendentally divya हैं, इतने साधारण नहीं है. And when he understands it, he becomes purified. Person becomes purified from him, purified from within, and then he becomes free from attachment, fear, and anger. And then he attains love for Krishna. He attains attraction for Krishna, and then he goes back to the spiritual world, and he will never come back again. That's why I said this knowledge is the knowledge which takes us out of this saga of the ocean of birth and death, which is repeatedly happening again and again. And that's why we are just singing the glories of Krishna. We are just singing the pastimes of Krishna, and that's the effect of it. Why are singing always Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna? This effect is purifying, and effect is taking you away from it. And then after this knowledge, after giving this understanding, Krishna clarifies few most important misunderstandings of dharma that we have got. Okay, so we have got, when this knowledge passes and the continuous parampara keeps on, and generation and generation passes down, some kind of impurity just creeps into the system. That impurity is what? And Krishna gives the example of those impurities. Or maybe आप पूछ सकते हो, you can ask कि कृष्णा जब आए थे तो धर्म के नाम पे क्या गलत चल रहा था, and what kind of adharma was there and what kind of dharma Krishna came to establish again. So here Krishna explains what are kind of things were happening and what are things where Krishna came to correct. First thing is a caste system. Of course, we have seen the caste system in India. People talk about our caste system is so evil, caste system is so bad, people are getting all these things. So first thing Krishna came to correct is the caste system. And secondly, he came to give the knowledge of the right path to attain the salvation. Okay? Let's take one by one. What is a caste system? Caste system, of course, a simple poll I will take from all of you. Do you believe that caste system is bad? Yes, you can raise the hand. Okay, caste system is bad. कितना गलत हुआ है लोगों में ना, जनरेशन है ना. Okay, how many says caste system is good? Okay, how many people say I'm confused? I want to know what is the correct thing. Okay, like that. Definitely, it is the safest position. Yeah. See, there is some system, and if that system doesn't work, we say it is bad. But of course, that is not the case. Hmm? So, of course, the marriage system, marriage is also a system, right? Education is a system, isn't it? But people fail into exams. Does that mean education system is bad? IIT से निकलने के बाद भी लोग जॉब के लिए ढूंढते रहते हैं. They are unemployed. Does that mean IIT is bad? What do you think? Marriages are happening, but people are ending up in divorce. Does this mean marriage system is bad? मैरिज ही नहीं करना है, लिव इन करो काफ़ी है ना. Is it like that? No, it doesn't mean that. See, sometimes some things are not working because we are not following it properly. Caste system and the order of the society, which was proposed by Krishna, which was not properly followed, and maybe the people who were protecting it were not doing it properly. That's why it started giving the adverse effect. डॉक्टर का काम है प्रिस्क्रिप्शन देना. डॉक्टर गिव द प्रिस्क्रिप्शन एंड यू आर नॉट फॉलोइंग इट. ओके, मॉर्निंग 1, आफ्टरनून 2, इवनिंग 1 मेडिसिन लेना है. उल्टा कर देंगे, मॉर्निंग 2, आफ्टरनून 1, इवनिंग 1. इट विल वर्क? और मे बी डॉक्टर से ओके you have to take particular fried pakoda and we don't have to take something like that. So if you exactly do it opposite, then it will work? Doctor's medicines will work? No. So dharma is like that. People who were in charge of protecting this dharma, they were using this dharma for their own selfish purpose, and that's why this whole system backfired on them, as well as whole society got corrupted. And that's why we understood all these things. We are seeing this caste system is not properly maintained. And how actually, because whatever caste system was proposed by Krishna, we didn't follow. Then what was the system that was proposed by Krishna? It is this. Chaturvarnyam. We'll read this shloka. Chaturvarnyam maya srushtam guna karma vibhagashah tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. Somebody will read the translation. थोड़ा बारीक है, छोटा सा है. Yeah. Mataji said something. Pass mic to Mataji.
According to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the no-doer, being unchangeable.
So you understand here what is mentioned? Chaturvarnya maya srushtam guna karma vibhagasha. Krishna is mentioning, I made the Chaturvarnya based on guna and karma. Okay? Does he says that janma karma? No. People have started taking it. Brahman ka beta Brahman hoga. Is it like that? No. Even somebody is taking birth in the Brahmana family, he has to go to the Gurukul, and in that Gurukul he has to qualify himself like a Brahmana, and then after getting qualification from that, he will be induced into the Varnashrama, into mainstream society as a Brahmana. Somebody has taken birth in a Kshatriya family, he has to go to the Gurukul, learn all the arts of warfare and administration, and after that he will be graduated from there, and then he will be taken into the society as a prince or maybe as a king. Somebody is considering, okay, I'm the son of a carpenter, okay, I will learn. No, he has to go there, he has to qualify. Gurukul is a system which was deciding what guna and what a karma, what guna a child has come. And then he has to work as per those activities. Then only he will be considered to be as a, okay. What will decide what guna you have got? And the gurukul system, they will examine the kid. Okay, ये बच्चा अच्छा है, ऐसा करता है, पढ़ाई अच्छे से कर रहा है, then and he has the good memory power and all these things, all these parameter will understand, and he will say, okay, he is the brahmana category, or he kshatriya category, vaishya category, shudra category. Okay, give him training into that particular thing. Okay, now we are graduated, now go and work into that particular thing. Even though he will not be accepted as a brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya until unless he works as per that thing. Somebody is taken as a graduated as a brahmana, है ना, but he is not as acting as per the brahmana rules and regulation. ब्राह्मणा का काम होता है बहुत ऑस्टेरिटी, मतलब तपस्या करते हैं वो लोग ब्राह्मण लोग, है ना, they are not like lavish person. ब्राह्मण था austerity. If this person who is graduated as a brahmana but he is acting like पैसा जमा करना है, एंजॉय करना है सब चीज़, तो ही इज़ नॉट टेकन इन टू द सोसाइटी एट ऑल. तुम ब्राह्मणा कैटेगरी, ब्राह्मणा करके एक्सेप्ट हुआ है, लेकिन ब्राह्मण जैसा काम नहीं करना है, साइड में इसको निकाल देते. इवन दो ही इज अ ब्राह्मण, दे विल जस्ट कॉल हिम एज यू आर ब्रह्म बंधु, और मे बी यू आर सूत. सूत, यू नो हर्ड अबाउट सूत? महाभारत जिसने सुना होगा उनको पता है सूत पुत्र है. सूत आर एक्चुअली द क्षत्रियास, बट those kshatriyas which are not acting as per the rules and regulations of kshatriya, they are considered as a suta. They have valor, they have the skill to fight and all these things. Karna had everything, but his activities were not like the kshatriya. He was counted among the suta. And why this is, why Karna story बताऊंगा बाद में कभी, है ना. So वो पूरा महाभारत में चले जाएंगे, but actually it is like that. So somebody has to be accepted into varnashrama. He has to qualify by his qualities and by his activities, and then only he will be taken as, you are, आपने अच्छे से डिग्री प्राप्त कर ली है डॉक्टरी की, एंड बाहर में जाके कंप्यूटर इंजीनियरिंग कर रहे हो, यू विल बी एक्सेप्टेड एज अ डॉक्टर? नो, ये सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर कर रहे हैं, चलो जाओ. Neither he will be accepted as a software engineer, nor he will be accepted as a doctor also. So ये गजब चीज़ हो जाती है. So that's the situation of those Brahma Bandhus and the situation of the Sutas actually. Neither nowhere actually. So this is the situation. Varnashrama, we have to follow it properly. Actually, what happened, few hundred years back, these external enemies came and they destroyed our education system, which is based on Gurukul. And because of that, Gurukul system was the foundation for our caste system. And that is eliminated, and there is nothing to determine which caste somebody is there, which category somebody is. That categorization, that scientific method of categorization was not there. And that's why afterward, whatever is there is a crumbling down of our Varnashrama, or crumbling down of our Indian social system. And that's why so many these caste Brahmins or caste Goswamis and all these things, or caste Kshatriyas and all these things, impurities started creeping in, and we end up into doing something nonsense. So that doesn't mean, of course, the Varnashrama is not properly. Now purpose is to establish this Varnashrama properly. Okay, another discrepancies that Krishna mentioned. Okay, we have heard one statement into society, right? आप सारे कुछ भी करो, वॉट एवर यू डू स्पिरिचुअलिटी, इट गिव्स द सेम रिजल्ट. कुछ भी करो, किसी भी भगवान की पूजा करो, सब तो एक ही है ना. किसने सुना ये? एनीबॉडी हर्ड अबाउट इट लाइक दिस? कुछ भी, सब कुछ एक ही है. किसी की पूजा करो, कृष्ण की पूजा करो, शिव जी की पूजा करो, गणपति की पूजा करो, सब एक ही है, सारे एक ही तो हैं. सबका मालिक एक. ओके, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट मीनिंग. किसी ने सुना ये सब चीज़? सुना है ना? हाँ, सुना है. किसी की पूजा करो, सब कुछ उधर ही जाने वाला है ना. सब कुछ भी करो, कैसे भी करो, सब कुछ उधर ही जाने वाला है. सुनता है ना? एवरीथिंग गोइंग टू द सेम डेस्टिनेशन. इज इट राइट? यस. ओके, इफ यू से यस, देन यू गो टू द मैजेस्टिक बस स्टेशन, रेलवे स्टेशन. ठीक है, टेक अ टिकट टू दिल्ली, climb into the train of Chennai. Do you reach to Delhi? Then how you can say सभी कुछ एक ही जगह पे जाने वाला है? कैसे जा सकते हैं?
But different forms.
हाँ, different forms, but yeah, but you'll not get that particular thing, right? If you study for engineering, you'll get engineering degree, है ना? मतलब स्टडी तो किया है ना, किसी का भी स्टडी करो, आपको डिग्री तो एक ही मिलने वाला है. विल यू स्टडी इन दैट कॉलेज? है ना? जब इंजीनियरिंग की स्टडी करो, मेडिकल की करो, आपको एक ही डिग्री मिलेगी. इज विल यू स्टडी अंडर दैट? नो, दैट इज नॉट राइट. यू स्टडी फॉर मैकेनिक्स, यू विल गेट मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग, यू विल गेट इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंजीनियरिंग, है ना? ऑल इंजीनियर्स आर नॉट सेम, है ना? मेरी मम्मी बोलती थी, तू इंजीनियर बन गया, मेरा टीवी रिपेयर कर देना. आई एम इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंजीनियर, आई एम नॉट टेक्नीशियन. दे डोंट अंडरस्टैंड इट, है ना? टेक्नीशियन अलग होता है, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स इंजीनियर अलग होता है, कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर अलग होता है ना? So these are different people for different purpose. So every study is not the same, then every worship is, how it will be the same?
But destination is same.
Destination how? This is not the same, Mataji. If you take a ticket for Chennai, you will get to Chennai only. जिसका आप उपासना करते हो आपको वही मिलता है. The particular thing which you worship for, you will get that only. ये यथामाम प्रपद्यन्ते ताम तथैव भजाम्यहम्. सी फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू डू व्रता फॉर एकादशी, ठीक है, एंड शी इज डन व्रता फॉर फ्राइडे, क्या महालक्ष्मी का, दोनों को, हाँ, 16 सोमवार, 16 शुक्रवार जो भी होते हैं, बोथ ऑफ यू विल गेट द सेम रिजल्ट्स. ओके, आपने डोनेशन दिया 5,000 का, उसने डोनेशन दिया 1 लाख का. दोनों का पुण्य एक ही रहेगा. ओके, आपने 4 धाम की तीर्थ यात्रा करी, उन्होंने 2 धाम की तीर्थ यात्रा करी, विल गेट रिजल्ट सेम? नो. इफ यू से सब कुछ एक ही है, देन एवरीबडी शुड गेट द सेम रिजल्ट ना. नहीं, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी ऑल्सो एवरीथिंग इज नॉट द सेम.
But
You
in
have to-
other way, if the water,
Hmm.
somebody will tell jal, somebody will tell pani, somebody will tell water. But
That
the
another
destination
concept.
is same.
Concept is different. मतलब what you are calling for, that is different. That is another thing. But the process that you are following doesn't give the same result. Okay? If you are calling Krishna as a Krishna, calling Krishna as a Murlidhar, calling Krishna as a Girdhari, same person you are calling that. That's what you are telling. That is a different concept actually. But here we are talking about what processes you are following. Jai Shri Gandhar Girdhari Shima Mahaprabhu ki jai. So what kind of water is water only, Mataji. RO water, drainage water, tap water. Yeah. So purpose is, understanding is, whatever we do and whatever quantity we do, we get that kind of result only. है ना? The intensity that we are doing, that much result only we get.
But that depends on the intention. Of
Yes. Yeah.
The, not the God. Right?
No, definitely not. That's what Krishna is telling here. Ye yathamam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamaham. Whatever way you worship me, in that proportion only I will give you. है ना? अगर आपने 16 सोमवार करे और इन्होंने 4 सोमवार करे, भगवान बोलते हैं आप दोनों को मैं एक ही फल दूंगा. आप बोलेंगे ना ये अन्याय है. This is not right, partiality. अरे उसने 2 ही सोमवार किए, है ना? That's why Krishna says, how much ever you worship me, that kind of results I will give. है ना? So you have to know how much ever surrenders you show to me, that much kind of reciprocation I am going to give. If you worship Krishna into particular stage, that much reciprocation Krishna gives. है ना? Otherwise it becomes partiality, na? You will say, it becomes partiality.
Is it like a different bhavs that people have, like,
Yeah.
in worshiping?
True. There are different bhavas, and different bhavas will give different kinds of symptoms and different kinds of results. So everywhere is not the same. सब कुछ एक नहीं है.
Is it like the Brahma Samhita is clearly defining
What is that?
Ishvara Parama Krishna. So who is God? It is already defined by Brahma, the first
Yeah.
created being.
True. सो जिसकी आप वर्शिप करोगे उसका ही आपको फल मिलेगा. आप गणपति का उपासना करो, गणपति आपके सामने आएंगे, दूसरा कोई नहीं आने वाला है ना? वर्शिप ऑफ पर्टिकुलर डेमीगॉड, वर्शिप ऑफ पर्टिकुलर पर्सनालिटी, दैट ओनली विल कम. अगर आपने शिव जी का उपासना किया तो गणेश जी सामने खड़े नहीं हो जाएंगे, है ना? अरे मैं ज्ञान देने वाला हूँ, अरे मुझे ज्ञान नहीं चाहिए, आई डिड फॉर समथिंग एल्स, है ना? सो दिस इज No, that's why Krishna says, Ye thamam prapadyante. Whatever worship you do, that much result only you will get. And that's why Krishna is telling this. I actually think you have to understand, you have to clearly understand what I am doing and for what I am doing and what is my goal. है ना? And yeah.
How to know which way is the correct one?
Hmm. It is not like that ki, it's, of course,
See, everyone is looking for the
what you are looking for.
what is called
You are looking for salvation.
no,
You are looking for mukti.
ah,
Okay, if you are looking for a mukti, you have to identify who is the one who is able to give mukti. मुक्ति देने के लिए क्वालिफाइड कौन है और मुक्ति देने का डिपार्टमेंट किसके पास है. अगर आपको बुद्धि चाहिए, ठीक है, गो टू गणपति. ओके, गणपति जी विल गिव बुद्धि. शक्ति चाहिए, गो टू द पार्वती. इफ यू गो टू वांट ब्यूटीफुल हेल्थ एंड बॉडी, गो टू सूर्यदेव एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स. ओके, बट यू वांट मुक्ति, द अल्टीमेट बेनिफिट, you have to go to the person who has it, who has that department with him, है ना? So that is department reserved only and only for Krishna, and Krishna is the only one who has guaranteed that I can clear you from all your papa. What that shloka you remember? Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami ma sucha. Sarva dharman parityajya. So he is the one only who has that department who can clear your karmas. People talk about the karma, है ना, good karma, bad karma. But karma clear करने का department is there only with Krishna, nobody else. Nobody has that authority to do that. ठीक है? So you have to carefully decide whom you are to worship. Yanti Devata Devan. ठीक है? Okay. So all paths are not going to the same destination. You have to be clearly visible, we can clearly seeing कि what I want and who can give it. ठीक है? So that basic thing, of course Krishna doesn't explains it again कि whom should worship. ये नहीं बताया अभी तक that he kept suspense, है ना, किसका वर्शिप करना चाहिए वो भगवद्गीता में आगे आने वाला है. ठीक है? He has answered the question only till here कि भाई every path is not the same, but then which path, that question will be answered in subsequent chapters. ठीक है? You have a question?
If he can clear the karma, Pandavas got the suffering due to their karma. If they did that and for them.
Okay. Your question tells that ki Pandavas were suffering because of their karmas, but actually fact is not that. Pandava didn't suffer because of their karma. ठीक है? There was some different answer for that. Why Pandavas suffered? है ना? It was Krishna's desire. But Pandavas are pure devotees, are sinless. There is no trace. Prahlad Maharaj is sinless. Kunti Maharaj is sinless. They don't have any trace. They have not done anything wrong in this life. They have not done anything wrong in a previous life also. But things happened because Krishna wanted to bring the purity of these devotees in front of the people. He wanted to keep an example कि भाई इतने कष्ट आने के बाद भी भगवान की भक्ति कैसे करी जाती है, how to do that devotional service even after getting through so much kind of troubles. And that example Pandavas kept in front of us. They are not suffering because of their karma. Krishna planned all this things. पूरा orchestra हमारे लिए, मतलब पूरा whole drama was orchestrated for us, directed by Krishna. Okay? They are not suffering because Krishna, because they are not suffering because of their karma. They are suffering for Krishna, for his separation. That's all. Even though Pandavas were in the jungle, they are not this happy, or maybe वो दुख में नहीं थे. They are enjoying their discussing Krishna katha all the time. सारे साधुओं के साथ लेकर चल रहे थे वो लोग. They are not alone.
They were getting a strength.
Yeah. ठीक है? Okay.
There's a verse where Kunti Maharani says, I want more of these
Yeah.
difficulties.
More difficulties she wants because she can enjoy Krishna's pastimes. Yeah. So all the paths don't go to the same destination. Okay, that's one other. And then what kind of activity we should do? Of course, we have seen this already before. So I will just run through. Kimi karma kimakarmeti kavyo petra mohita tatte karma pravishyami yad jasva moksha se shubhat. You have to do activity. Okay, somebody read the translation. Prabhuji said.
Even the intelligent are bewildered in determining what is action and what is inaction. Now I shall explain to you what action is, knowing which you shall be liberated from all misfortune.
Yeah. So previous chapter Krishna said, okay, you have to do the action, but we have to do action into proper knowledge. And what that knowledge is, Krishna started explaining into this. And we have to understand what our karmas are there and what kind of result these karmas are going to give us. Hana? Good karma will give good results, bad karma will give bad results, but what karma is called what? The supreme authority is what? Vedas. Vedas will tell what is good, what is bad. We cannot decide ourselves. Can we? We can say na कि अरे do good, मतलब stay good, feel good, do good, that's all. But what is that good? Who will determine what is that good? For the thieves, stealing is good. For the rapists, raping is good. But for police, hanging them is good. Then, though two goods are conflicting each other, right? Then who will tell what is good? In India, at least somebody who's following the constitution, they can stay happy. Somebody who's breaking the laws, they will be hanged or they will be penalized. So this way, the supreme authority in India, at least, what is that? Indian constitution. But what is supreme authority for whole world, whole universe? Okay, Indian penal code will be contradicting with American penal code. You write from the left side and they are writing from the right side. Contradiction, conflict is coming. But whole world universal law is what? That is be given by Vedas. So somebody who is following Vedas, he is the one who will be not falling into the sinful reactions, and that will tell karma, akarma, vikarma. Karma is punya, akarma is something else. Karma is a punya, vikarma is a papa, and akarma is something which will take us out of it. Okay? So karma is a work with attachment, yes, but actually it is all done as per the Shastric injunction. Okay, we are talking about first karma. Karma, action which are done for some purpose. Okay, but according to the Shastras, and then result is punya. Vikarma is action done for with the attachments. मुझे कुछ चाहिए इसलिए मैं कर रहा हूँ, मतलब I need money is in the bank, let us go and rob it, but it is against Vedic injunction and then gives the bad reaction. And this karma, vikarma, we have seen the papa and punya. So people say, okay, maybe I done so many sins, let me do some punya, I will get compensated. It happens? No, it doesn't happen. Papa and punya, they don't compensate each other. Negative, positive compensation कभी नहीं होता. ठीक है? So what happens? You have to suffer for papa, you have to suffer for the punya also. Then if that continues, if the cycles of birth and death continues going, we will not come out of it. Then what we have to do is, we have to do a karma. And this is the karma which will remove all these sinful reactions. That Krishna says, no, aham tam sarvapapebhyo mokshishami mam shucha. So that is a karma, which will remove all the sinful reactions. And then how it is done? It is done for the pleasure of Krishna. Acts done for Krishna without any idea of sense gratification, and result is fasting. No, result is not fasting. Result is not starvation. Result is not lack of happiness and enjoyment. It is giving you a ultimate pleasure. Anybody who takes up this path of Krishna consciousness, anybody who takes up this path of bhakti, he is never unhappy. He is always enjoying. भगवान को इतने अच्छे अच्छे भोग पकवान लगाते हो, कोई भूखा रहता है? चांस ही नहीं है. और हमारे फेस्टिवल भी ऐसे ही होते हैं, बड़े बड़े भोग लगाते हैं भगवान को, है ना. So whenever somebody takes this path, he will be free from papa and punya, but of course he will be free from those. He will be full of happiness also. And then how to get this knowledge and where to get this knowledge? And final conclusion is tadvidhi pranipatena. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Somebody will read quickly. Mataji said 34 shloka.
Just try to learn the truth by approaching your spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth.
So this knowledge of karma, akarma, papa, punya, and whatever, what way we have to go and whom to worship and all these things, how will we get that knowledge? We'll get this knowledge from the person who has seen it. उपदेक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानस ज्ञानिनस तत्वदर्शिन, जिन्होंने देखा है, who has realized, है ना, who has already graduated, he only can give the proper knowledge. Who has learned this Newton's law from the Newton or maybe the parampara, he can give. Anybody can, somebody written cannot just, you cannot just give this knowledge of Newton law, है ना. He realized knowledge, not just simply ABCD knowledge from like a Popat Panchi. He has to give the knowledge which is realized. Jnaninas Tattva Darshina. Says, of course, what is that Jnana Vijnana? You have heard about Jnana Vijnana, right? Jnana is the theory knowledge. Vijnana is the knowledge of the knowledge into realization. You know? So we have to take this knowledge. Yes, Mataji? Yeah, Jnana is in the mind and within the heart. Mind and heart is the same only, no? Okay, mind is something else. Okay, we can say the Gyan is in the brain and Vigyan is in the heart.
Even the demons had jnana, right? Like Ravana.
Yeah, Ravana was having knowledge, but he was not having the realization. That's why he fought against Krishna, fought against Rama. Like that. So how to get this knowledge? Tadvidhi pranipatena paripashrena sevya. Pranipat karna hai. We have to pay obeisances. Obeisances parna matlab namaskar karna. Pranipat. You have to accept the lower position. Yes, I am lower than you. And then only we can understand the knowledge. Pariprashtena, by asking relevant inquiries. By asking, when you ask the question, teacher is happy. Oh, you are such an enthusiastic and to know the knowledge. The teacher becomes pleased and he gives the knowledge. Pariprashtena sevaya. And then last is a sevaya, by serving the authority. When you serve the authority, the knowledge will be imparted. Arjuna did that. You know, Arjuna was so inquisitive to Dronacharya and so submissive and humble to serve his guru. Dronacharya gave him the promise that I will make you the best archer in the world. And what will happen? The person will never fall into illusion and crosses the ocean of miseries and destroys all sinful reaction. And who can achieve, who cannot achieve? The person who is dedicated. What is the criteria to get this knowledge? The person has to be faithful, dedicated, and he should be having the sense control. This is one of the criteria of the student. Student who is into bhoga vilas, enjoying his tendencies, he will not get this knowledge. And that's why initially gurukuls used to be in the jungle. आजकल तो स्कूल सारे कॉलेजेस जो है आजकल सिटी में आते हैं. सैटरडे संडे आता नहीं, बच्चे बूस्ट पार्टी के लिए भाग जाते हैं, है ना. एंड दैट हैंगओवर विल बी देयर फॉर होल वीक. एंड जैसे वीक खत्म होता है, जब दे कम इनटू कॉन्शियसनेस, ओके अगेन बूस्ट पार्टी. एंड इन दिस सिचुएशन स्टूडेंट्स, they don't take proper knowledge, they don't acquire proper knowledge. They may get the grades, but they don't get proper knowledge. What is the sign of knowledge? Sign of knowledge is the character. In this in education system, you can get the caliber means ability, qualifications to do something. You may become a software engineer, you may be electronic engineer or whatever engineer. This is just the skills you can achieve, but character you can't. To achieve the character, you have to have the control of the senses, faith and dedication. Otherwise, this is the sign of today's students: ignorant, faithless and doubtful. The real knowledge is not revealed to them, and real character doesn't come up. Okay, thus ends the chapter 4, where Krishna gives the Jnana Yoga. We understood eternal knowledge, who can acquire, and what is the Guru Parampara. We understood what is the accurate understanding of the knowledge, what is actually the meaning of the knowledge, and what is the result of this. We become reactionless, and what kind of activity you should do. And then, of course, we understood what is the surrenderance. This is the qualification for getting this knowledge. Okay, so what we'll do now? We have some 10-15 minutes. We will be dividing ourselves into groups. Okay, Manohar has come. Check out. I asked him to get some prints. Okay, check. Manor. Manor, oh, you don't know Manor? Huh? Lokesh Prabhu is there somewhere. Check. Okay, Prabhu, you don't go. You can find out Manor. Reception में जाके पूछो. Okay. So we have 4 leaders here, 5 leaders. One is Prabhuji Vishwambar Mohan Prabhu. You can come ahead. One is Rachana Mataji, and Mohanrup Prabhu is there, and okay, Shanmukh Sundaram Prabhu. Okay, you have to identify your members, and we'll dividing ourselves into the groups like last time we did, and we'll do the activity in the groups. Okay. Okay. Mahayogi Prabhu, you also come. Okay. So you have team members list with you, so you can take them into the one place and do. And devotees who have not got any groups till now, they can join Mohanru Prabhu's group or what is his name? Karnapati Prabhu's group. Sorry, Prabhuji. Okay. Okay. So we'll have the sheet, we have the questions, we have to discuss those questions and finish, come to the proper conclusion. Okay. आपका ग्रुप इनके पास है, ठीक है. हरे कृष्णा. And anybody who is unmarried youth category, they can come to me. We will be sitting in this corner. Boys, okay, not girls. Okay. ठीक है. रमेश Prabhu, which group you will go? You will go with Mohanru Prabhu. ठीक है. Yeah. प्रभु इसको ऑफ कर दीजिएगा. Okay. So we'll have a 15 minutes for discussion, and after discussion we'll be doing the japa for one round, and